inside U.S. soccer, and obviously lack of goals definitely bounces the women's national team and of the World Cup first ever, earlier than ever. And this has just been a really, really tough, terrible year for the reality check, definitely for the U.S. the women's team. And to be honest with you, it started the match before, against Netherlands, and you saw Carly Lloyd talking about it on ESPN, and it was
the post save that was against Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. I'm sorry. And I actually I tuned in the match, and I watched. Well, I watched the match, but I mean, I left because it was boring at the end, and then it came back, and it was over. I thought it was still going on, and then I saw them interacting with each other, and I thought, man, they won it in the last minute. And surely, I look at my phone, and it was 0-0. So the lack of ambition and lack of leadership, really, because Megan Rapinoe, I know she's on the way out, and that's what she's looking at. That's what she's caring about. But when she's in the roster, I believe that she should have been a leader. I'm disappointed in Alex Morgan because she was out there laughing too. And a lot of the young players, I don't blame them because they just mimic everything else. So a lot of people just blasted on Trinity Rodman for not being who she was going to be before the World Cup. And she's still a young player. She's still a young player, and this is the first time, and she's got a lot of talent, more than likely going to be the face of this team. Definitely with my girl Horan, who is incredible. And but just no leadership and definitely no play, not the good coach, not the right coach. Also.
Nope. You know what? I got a take here. You ready? Yeah. Alex Morgan is the most overrated American athlete that we have. And I think that if women's sports want to be treated the way that men's sports do, then we have to look at these players and really hammer them, right? Alex Morgan has never scored a goal in a big game in her life. She's supposed to be like she's supposed to be the legacy to Mia Hamm and Amy Wambach. She can't wash their boots, okay? Yes, she got called baby horse. Yes, she looks great when she runs with her flowing hair. You're not as good as they are, and you get treated like them. And I'll be glad to see the back of her. I liked her at first, too. She had one big World Cup where she scored 9 goals. 5 of them were against Thailand in one game. Otherwise, she hasn't done shit. And that's my take for you.
Well, the good part is that she looks good, so that's important. And
but I want to pour some out for Rapinoe. Rapinoe got a lot of shit for her political stuff, and that's fine. But maybe not this World Cup. She's washed up. She probably shouldn't have been on a team. Couldn't run up and down anymore. But for a period there was not a better crosser of a ball, men's, women's, or anything, than Megan Rapinoe. She would come down the wing, and it was on. She put those balls on Wambach's head.
Well,
there's a reason why Amy Wambach set the record for goals.
But that's the thing. Like, you can't live off the past, man. You can't.
No, that's why she shouldn't have been there.
And she shouldn't have been there. I obviously don't see any leadership because some of these players go to these or get called up because they're going to be the leader of the team. They're going to take care of the locker room. But you can't let all these people. You just tied a game against Portugal and barely made it to the second stage, and you're going to be laughing and hugging and jumping and doing it. That's lack of ambition, lack of leadership. And I expected the kids to do that and her to actually grab one of them and say, hey, let's go in the locker room. Let's go in the locker room. And then, because they're going to, what they say in front of the cameras is a bunch of crap, bunch of bull crap, men or women. So they went over there talking about, we don't like the way we play. No, that's not what you showed right after the game. You were content that you made it to the second stage, and it shouldn't have happened. And then what you say about Morgan, that's one hell of a take now, but I mean,
why not?
If the proof is, but if time goes by and tournaments go by and you don't get it done, then listen,
she's a 3-time World Cup champion. We're busting her chops, but like, it's just she gets treated as though she's one of the Pantheon players, and she's not one of the Pantheon players. That's really the take. She's not the greatest striker. She's barely had even 10-goal seasons in the NWSL. She didn't play in the Champions League. Well, in Europe, maybe she had a little bit of time in with Lyon. It's really, it's really her place among that group, right? She's not Rapinoe. She's not Wambach. She's not Carrie Lloyd. She's not a killer the way they are. She's a level down, and she's the face of the franchise. And I think that's really what I think, how Marta was at the end there, right? How Marta would carry Brazil when she could, even though Brazil got knocked out. But Marta's 38, right? She only played, and she came off the bench and didn't even play. Like, we just have to be clear about what happened with this team. It's a rot within U.S. soccer that people who I trust, who have their kids in youth soccer, who really care about this stuff and really follow it, have told me it's a level of the way we train, the way club soccer works in this country. You pay, and you pay so that your club wins. And at the youth level, winning should not be the most important thing. Lindsey Horan said it. Toby Heath said it. Kristen Press said it. She was like, yo, I came to Europe and I felt like I didn't know how to play.